Alright, this week on Camera Talk, Nikon. Looking at some old Nikkor glass. This is a 28mm f2.8, the AI model. This was around 1974 to 1981. It was the most popular wide-angle lens that Nikon was selling at the time. So we're going to take a look at this baby and see what it looks like here in 2022. So why don't you grab yourself a little something to drink, a little something to eat.
That's some heavy shit, man.
Get yourself comfortable and let's get it on.
Here I am, Vietnam. Rain is always coming down.
This is Camera Talk with Dr. Scott and Dylan. Yeah, Dylan's back with us for another week. Hey, this was Dylan, speaking of Dylan, this was Dylan's very first day at school. Aww. Now he's only 2 years old, so it's not really school, but it's nursery school or preschool or whatever you want to call it. It's a school a friend of mine runs called Kindy City. It's kind of a premier kindergarten school for this age group anyway. He's called a koala. That's the name of the group that he's part of because of his age. But anyway, he cried like a little girl. It's so terrible having to go to school. But there were moments, I guess, break moments when he actually played with stuff and the teachers made him calm down and this and that. But hey, hopefully day by day we'll get better with that. So anyway, what are we here for? Yeah, we're here for the this is one of the lenses in my collection. This is a Nikon-Nikkor 28mm f2.8, and it's the AI version. Now they have, of course, they have pre-AI, then they have the AI, and then AIS, and then of course went off into autofocus and everything from there. But the AI here and of course the AIS are the most sought after. You know, the AIS is rumored to be better than this one, but if you're on a full frame, censored camera, you're really not going to notice any difference unless you're pixel peeping. But on a cropped sensor, you may notice the quality difference between the two. But this one still is pretty good bang for the buck for what it is. So if you're watching this video, you probably already know who Nikon is, right? Even if you're not into photography, I'm sure you've heard of Nikon before. But
what do you live under a rock?
anyway, they of course they were one of the photography leaders in the day, and of course they're still up there in the top three, but they used to kind of rule the show back in the 60s and 70s until Nikon or till Canon came along and kind of kicked them off the mountain, so to speak.
Oh my God!
Or the top of the mountain. But anyway, they one of the things with Nikon that they are famous for is their build quality. Now it's as you can see, like here, I'm turning the focus ring with one finger. That's pretty good for something that's the age that it is. And I mean, they produced these things while I was in middle school. Actually even earlier than that, in primary school, all the way through when I was just getting into high school. But and that was a long time ago, wasn't it? seems like eons ago, back when the dinosaurs roamed the earth and so on.
At least we're not fucking idiots.
But anyway, the thing about this lens, being the 28mm, it was the most popular wide-angle lens that Nikon was producing in the day. Hey, look, but don't touch, mister. So some of the specs on this lens, it is it's built 7.7, 7 elements in 7 groups. Its close focus distance is 30 centimeters. It has 7 aperture blades, which is, you know, if you know Nikon, a lot of the you know, Japanese manufacturers during this period were using 6 for everything.
Instead of 6, it can be a little bit embarrassing.
So it has 7, so get an extra aperture blade. Does that really make a difference, mister? Well, it depends, you know, for the bokeh connoisseurs out there. And is it, it's light, but well, it's also got the adapter on here too. And it's, you know, for the size, it's like a size of a nifty 50, you know. But it's 245 grams, so it's not heavy, it's not light. And what it's known for is sharpness, it's contrasty, and the super mechanics, as I just explained. You know, it's very smooth. The aperture, you know, aperture ring is obviously clicked quite loudly, I must say. So you can count your way from f2.8 all the way to f22. You know, as I said, it's very buttery smooth. It's not exactly quiet though, but neither are you. Well, you might be at the moment, but generally he's quite a little chatterbox. Remember? Uh-huh. I say you can't go over there, right? That's right. Uh-huh. So, sharp, contrasty, super mechanics. Due to the coatings on here, it's got a green cyan coating, which kind of results in usually a red magenta tone to the photos, which you may or may not notice, but it's there nonetheless. Nighttime shooting, and we'll get you some shots of this guy at nighttime to see if we can find any coma. You know, coma's when the lights get a little funky wings on them and whatnot off in the corners. Now this one has a little bit of it, or it's rumored to anyway, wide open at nighttime. So in the corners, not in the middle or anywhere else. So mid-range corner type thing. Same with distortion. Distortion is also, you know, it's a wide angle lens, so you would expect some distortion in there. But it's generally only noticeable. You get some barrel distortion up close, you know, taking shots. You know, this close you may see a little to the face, but I'm lost. But generally it's pretty non-existent. It's well controlled. The as I said, the sharpness is great. You know, it's one of the things that really makes this lens stand out for a day. You know, sharpness is great. At 5.6, it's much better, and its optimal performance across the board is at f8, which is the same for a lot of lenses. But so it's nothing surprising. And anyway, so I think that's kind of all I can really tell you about this bad boy. It's all metal construction, except for the focus ring is rubberized, but it's of course hardened to rubber. But yeah, it's metal all the way around. So yeah, it's pretty decent little lens, I must say. So I'm gonna do what I usually do, is to give you some shots of what it looks like from where I am sitting, which is almost 2 meters away, maybe 1.5 meters to 2 meters away from my Canon M50, which is recording this video. And I have a 15-45 EFM lens on the camera, and then what I do is I try to get as sharp as I can in on the print on the nameplate on the end of the lens, just to show you what it looks like from here. And then I'll get you some shots of this guy, because that's what he's waiting for, is his time to shine. So we'll do 2.8 and then 5.6 just to show what that could look like. So let me do that right now. So sharp I can get that. Hold on. Right about there, looks good. All right, are you ready, mister? Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. That, and your head was actually in on the ends of that. You realize that? Lucky that wasn't a money shot. Yeah. All right, 5.6. You got it? 5.6. Let's see how we can. Your head's still in the shot, man. Don't look at the end of the end of the lens, man. Oh man. All right, we'll get there. It's a little grainy from the ISO, but anyway, you'll get the idea. 1, 2, 3. Duh is right. So, so those were shots again from here. So let's get you some shots of this guy at 2.8. And how about some shots of this guy at 5.6? You forgot your finger. And how about some random stuff? You know, obviously we can't just show you guys pictures of Dylan all day, even though some of you may enjoy that, but how about some other stuff that are the result of using this 28mm. So let's go with the random stuff. All right, so that was pretty much it for the for the lens. Obviously, I'm not introducing you to the A7R2 that I'm using. So it's the lens. So let's do our little plug for Luminar, eh? Luminar, yeah. So Luminar AI, Luminar Neo. It's the photo editing software that I use. And I recommend you do too, not only because it's a nifty little bit of software, it's economical, but also to support them because where are they located? In Ukraine. And what's going on in Ukraine? Oh, the evil Russian Empire is in there doing their evil best to be evil. But they kind of suck at it, so.
I can't breathe in this thing!
Luckily, the Ukrainians are fighting back and will hopefully kick their little butts right back across the border. Yeah. So anyway, that's our opinion, right? Well, it's mostly his opinion. I'm just speaking on his behalf. So, yeah. Anyway, and if you want to get yourself a copy, the link below, if you click on the link below, we can get you a $10 discount. So if it's 80 bucks, hey, it's only 70 bucks, right? Who doesn't like a $10 discount? And we get a little kickback for that too, right? Hey, kickback. Yeah, kickback. So we get a little something for that too. Get this guy maybe some cookies. Maybe save money for college or university. Even though if I'm still teaching at that age, he can get in for free, but I doubt I want to work that long in my life, huh? So, anyway, what else can I tell you? Oh, how about you subscribe to our channel, right? So, subscribe. That's right, and we'll do one on this side. How about you subscribe? And then, how about a double fingered 4 times subscribe. Subscribe. Yeah. And what else does YouTube like besides subscribers? They like the thumbs up, right? So let's see the thumbs up girls. Thumbs up. Do 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 do. All right. So other than that, well, what's the name of our channel? This is Modesty Photography. Yeah, at Modesty Photography, we're here to teach you tips and tricks about photography. Maybe introduce you to some vintage lenses, maybe some cameras. A little bit about Dylan. You know. But remember, at Modesty Photography, why do we like you to come back? Because you belong here. That's right. And where do they belong, mister? What's the name of the show? This was Camera Talk with Dr. Scott and Dylan. That's right. Someday Dylan will get his own show too, but for now he's got to piggyback on Daddy's. So, so come on back next week. Stay safe out there. Keep shooting.
I got him.
Cameras, that is. And yeah, make sure you come on back because we always have plenty more where this came from. So thanks for dropping by. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks for supporting Luminar. And actually the name of the company is Skylum, which produces Luminar. But anyhow, so come on back next week and we'll see you then. All right, so say bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Here I am.